Today is Thursday, April 8. My name is Pastor Anthony, and this is Wilderness Wanderings. Today our text comes from 1 Corinthians. When the perishable has been clothed with the imperishable, and the mortal with immortality, then the saying that is written will come true. Death has been swallowed up in victory. Where, O death, is your victory? Where, O death, is your sting? The sting of death is sin, and the power of sin is the law. But thanks be to God, He gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. 1 Corinthians 15, verses 54 through 57. These two are words often heard at funerals. Where, O death, is your victory? Where, O death, is your sting? It can feel strange sometimes to hear these words at a funeral, because isn't the sting and the victory of death obvious there? How can Paul speak so confidently? Our congregation has faced a lot of death this past year. Today we'll face it again at a funeral as we grieve Henry's death. But funerals aren't the only place where we feel the sting of death. We also feel it as we're once again ordered to stay at home, and as we watch the case counts in our province rise. We also face down death as we feel and witness the impacts, not just of the virus, but also of the lockdowns themselves. Jobs lost, inequalities revealed again, and mental health incidence rates, substance abuse, and other forms of abuse once again on the rise. So how can Paul say that death has been swallowed up in victory? Well, he says it because he believes in the resurrection of Jesus. He believes that Jesus defeated death, that Jesus rose from death to life, that Jesus won the victory over death. Jesus promises that that victory will be ours as well. We too will live in His resurrection life, just not yet. It's not a question of if it will happen. Paul quite clearly uses the word when. It's just a matter of waiting. So yes, today death remains all around us. Today we find ourselves still waiting and longing for the day when our perishable bodies will be clothed with the imperishable, and our mortality and with immortality. But Jesus' human body was clothed with the imperishable and with immortality, the sure promise that ours will be too. And so while we wait, we remind each other of this, our hope in Jesus Christ. We remind each other each time again in the face of death, as we'll do again today, that when that day comes, when the perishable is clothed with the imperishable and the mortal with immortality, then finally we will have received that promise we've waited all our lives for, the day when it can finally and truly be said, "Death, where is your victory? Death, where is your sting?" Thanks be to God. He gives us this victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. And so as you journey on today, go with the blessing of God. May the peace of the Lord Christ go with you wherever He may send you. May He guide you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm. May He bring you home rejoicing at the wonders He has shown you. May He bring you home rejoicing once again into our doors.